Aloha. Good afternoon. This is Andrew Aloha live out of Tucson, Arizona with Spiritual Productions on Webinar Jam, establishing and maintaining right relationships through human values. Aloha and welcome. Today we're doing the GPS Paranormal Golden Age Hangout webinar series that's been ongoing since Monday. We've had lots of speakers, a variety of speakers that have talked about all kinds of paranormal activity, including UFOs, aliens, angels, healing, food, even food, and all kinds of stuff. Right now we have Deborah Shea all the way out of California. Aloha, Deborah.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here today.
Awesome, and I like your little. I was telling you earlier, I like your little altar there in the background. I'm gonna go over to your house and I'm gonna take that big crystal over there. Okay.
Oh yes, well that's not the largest ones. I just can't put the largest
Oh
ones
really?
in the um,
Oh man. Oh man.
yeah, I think
No,
I think the
you
whole
know.
office here levitates, with all of the crystal energy. You'll probably see it from space, I'm thinking. Okay.
No, last year I was here. I moved here to Tucson last year, but in February I was still living in Sedona, and they have a big, huge gem and crystal thing that they do here in Tucson, like probably one of the biggest in the world, and they had these huge, tall crystals that were bigger than I was, and I thought, if I wanted to put them in my back pocket, I don't think that's going to be possible, but they were I mean, they were really nice looking stuff. So, is that what you're talking about? You have one of those big I don't remember what it's called, but
Like an earth keeper crystal? Yeah, no,
yeah.
I haven't acquired one of the earth keeper crystals yet. But I'm getting there, I make massive crystal grids. I have crystal about half as high as I am, pretty wide around. I think that's my largest so far.
Nice, nice. So anyhow, Deborah here is going to be talking about the divine rays, using the rays for healing and transformation from the ancient continents of Lemuria and Atlantis, as well as the mystery schools of the world. The secrets of the divine rays have been handed down for thousands of years. Now you can learn the ancient secrets of the rays for healing and transformation in your life. You will learn how to connect with the channel and channel the ray energies, about each of the seven rays and their qualities and powers. Meditation to connect with the ascended masters of each ray, and techniques for using the rays in daily life for healing and transformation. So that sounds like a very energetic thing we're going to be doing. So I guess I'm going to assume the position so we can start doing all the stuff. So go for it. It's all you.
So it's one of my favorite topics, and it's funny to me. Many people, are interested when they start to hear about the concepts of the divine rays, and it is a mystery school teaching or esoteric knowledge. So some people, haven't heard of the divine rays or aren't familiar with what the divine rays are. But really, they're the fabric of all creation. So they're everywhere. On the material plane here, we know that light refracts as the 7 colors that we're able to see. Light through water, light through crystals. It manifests light as these 7 frequencies. So here on the material plane, we can see everywhere this concept of the 7 divine rays in our material reality every day. But the divine rays are really woven into all of creation. They are the 7 frequencies that create everything. So when we can embody these frequencies and learn about these frequencies, we can really learn to balance ourselves, bring into creation whatever it is that we're wishing to create, and really kind of come into harmony with ourselves. One of the fascinating things about the divine rays that I feel that even people that haven't heard about the concept or find the concept a little bit overwhelming at first is that each of these 7 frequencies are really spirit manifesting as form. And when you were born, or when your soul decided to manifest into a physical body, you were born onto one of these frequencies of divine rays. So depending on which one of these 7 frequencies of creation you are born on, determines what your life's purpose is, determines your energetic makeup. It determines somewhat of your characteristics, your personality, even your health challenges. So by discovering what this frequency is, that's your life path ray, or the one of the 7 rays that you came into this existence on Earth on, you can use that frequency to start to align with your purpose here, to start to bring in perfect health and perfect balance for yourself, to really bring in all of the joy, and to really be aligned perfectly with this life.
Now, Deborah, just to let you know, first of all, I don't know where you got your information from, but the information that I'm going to tell you right now is from, a lot of it's from the Alice Bailey works, and also Benjamin Krem. So first of all, and you're correct that they stipulate the same thing, that there's 7 main energies in the universe. First ray of will and power, second ray of love, absolute love and wisdom, third ray of active intelligence, fourth ray of beauty and harmony through conflict, fifth ray of science and technology, and then sixth ray of devotion, seventh ray of which is the ray that we're coming into right now, the age of Aquarius, of magic and ceremony, order, the number 7, the color purple. And then the age that we're going out of is the age of Pisces, which is also considered the 6th ray energy of devotion. The other side of devotion, the downside of devotion of that energy is obsession. So, but anyhow, what's also happening right now is there's a lot of people that you consider 6 ray energy people that are going out, and then of course the 7 ray energy people are coming in, and also pretty soon they've already started to trickle in are the 4th ray energy people, the beauty and harmony through conflict. In fact, I was just talking last night to Aiden about this, where the 4th ray energy is all about is the energy that the artists operate off of and work with, and also this is the solar system that we're in right now is what you call or consider a 2nd ray energy system of absolute love and wisdom. And so most of the people, I believe, are actually derived from that energy. And prior to the solar system that we were in, prior to, we were in another solar system called the 1st ray energy solar system, and eventually, and again that was will and power. Eventually, that solar system was destroyed, and then now we're living in the 2nd solar system called, again, it's 2nd ray energy of love, absolute love and wisdom. And eventually, in about 2,000 or 3,000 years, is my guess, from what I understand, this solar system will probably be destroyed in several thousand years from now. I don't know how long, but next 2 or 3, who knows? And then I'm assuming we're going to be going into a 3rd ray solar system beyond that. But that's besides the point. And I don't know who all the others energy major. There's a large number of 2nd ray energy people here, is my guess. Again, 4th ray energy and 7th ray people are coming. 7th ray people energy are already here, and also 4th ray people already coming in. And then there may be also 3rd ray energy people here as well. And then some of the others, I don't know, might just be a trick, just small amounts. Who knows? But anyhow, I just thought I'd tell you that. Go ahead. Thanks.
You should be teaching this class.
I think that's your job. What are you talking about? Forget it.
You're well studied. Here I'm trying to water it down so everybody can understand it. And I think you just took the rocket ship now to Venus. So.
Now that these people can really understand it and go with it, so that'll be good.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you can really apply the rays to, the galaxy as a whole, to the solar system, to humanity's evolvement. You can apply the rays to your own personal evolution, you know, what your soul's evolution is. Really everything has its own ray that it vibrates, you know, in harmony with. And then, you know, when that harmony is, when there is disruption or there's disease or some type of trauma or something, you can use the rays then to bring that harmony back. So, you know, that was a very good example about how the rays come in during different time periods, you know, for ourselves personally as well as collectively, planetarily, and then, you know, also, you know, in the galaxies and then the universe as well, to assist us during these different transformational shifts.
Exactly. Now,
So yeah,
do you know who Benjamin Creme is?
no, but I'm very familiar with the Alice Bailey system that you're
Okay.
so versed in.
Years ago, he would do what you call your ray structure. Instead of using astrology to do, you know, your astrological makeup, he used to do what you call your ray structure. And the ray, you know, I think my ray, my soul ray is 2-ray energy. My personality ray, I think, is 4-ray energy. Or maybe 2-ray. My emotional ray energy is like 3-ray, and then my physical body, I think, is 3-ray, and then I think my mental capabilities was 4-ray or something like that. I think there's a structure, a 5-ray structure system that he would go in and he give it to you, and then you could gain understanding in terms of who you are, where you're coming from, on an even deeper level than even astrology might. And in fact, the ray structure that I have is, I think, the same structure as that of Grace Kelly and some other person. I can't remember who, but some other person that was actually pretty famous. But anyhow, not that that means anything, but that's besides the point. Anyhow, go ahead. Thank you.
You'll have to give me the name because I'd be very interested in that.
Absolutely.
In general, you know, it's I find it very useful in, you know, awakening people to, you know, first off, experiencing what the rays are, so they can really have that connection, but then really kind of bringing it into their everyday life. So, you know, many people that I work with are healers or people that are, you know, out in the public, you know, transmitting spiritual truths. So, you know, the rays can be infinitely helpful for them personally in establishing balance within themselves. The rays are also very activating life purpose. But also, you know, the healers of this world, you know, we can use the rays to bring harmony into, you know, with our clients, you know, into the earth, into our surroundings. So there's just an infinite number of ways that we can use, you know, the concept and the energies of the divine rays to anchor those into, you know, either our homes or our workplaces or our communities at large. So that we can, you know, help to facilitate the transformation that's, you know, that's possible and that wants to happen. So it's very interesting, you know, to hear you, you know, describing somebody breaking down all of, you know, the different personality and the emotional makeup. Because once you can get a really clear understanding of, you know, the frequencies that you're made up of, you know, the light that you transmit. It's very awakening, you know, eye-opening, and it can really set us, you know, more clearly on our path. So I really love that. I'd not heard of that work before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the nice thing is that and again, you're right. You have, everybody has a soul ray structure, and again, most of them are 2-ray energies. But if you figure out the rest of them, it's like a song, you know, like some kind of melody. And if you know that melody, then you can know how to operate and work with your life structure, and you'll know what it's like. So then it'll be easier to work with on a large scale level. Absolutely.
Yeah. So in generally speaking, you know, in introductory workshops that I've done in person, then also, you know, via webinar, you know, we've talked about the basic 7 rays, and you know, in a general concept, you know, about each of the seven frequencies, and in general what they are, what they mean, the
Are you
general
still there?
personality types of the rays, and then helping people to find what their main life path ray is, and then what their main soul ray is, and then even just that limited knowledge, and going no further, what the predominant ray is for the soul and for the life path. It's very awakening to a lot of people. It opens their eyes to things that they have known on a core level, but maybe not on a everyday level so much. So it really helps them to awaken to their purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's very, in the workshops also, we also talk about the concept, if we go beyond the seven rays, there are also extended rays that go beyond the main seven. Main seven is basically the visual light spectrum that we have. So it's what we see here on the material plane. But when we start to add in the extended rays, we start to bring in the frequencies of the human that we're evolving into, or the light being that we're evolving into. So, somebody that, develops mastery of the seven rays and then starts to work with the extended rays, 8 through 12 and then beyond, can start doing things like activating their light body, starting to vibrate at higher frequencies, starting to, really manifest their internal light in a very physical way here on the material plane. So it's pretty exciting stuff. Of course, we have this lifetime right now to play with all of this. But the energies and the timing of where we're at right now, all these things are capable. We can experience full light body activation. We can experience manifesting all of the light that we are here in this lifetime.
Absolutely. Why wait till tomorrow what you can do today?
That's right. So I can talk in a general sense, about the main seven, to kind of fill people in as to, the main seven, some general qualities about them. When I introduce the rays also, as I previously mentioned, the rays vibrate, everything has a main ray that it vibrates to. So crystals do, people do, plants do. So you can also, invoke certain energies to help you to experience a ray more fully. And we also use the archangels and the ascended masters. Each ray has a shohan, or an ascended master that overlights that ray. And so we can call upon the ascended master or the archangel of that ray in order to bring the energy of that ray into ourselves, into our environment more fully. So I really like to do that too. So I'll mention when we talk about them, not only the archangel and ascended master, but some of the qualities. So the first ray is there's different systems, so if you go and research the rays on your own, you might find slight differences. So I'm going to speak of the Alice Bailey, which I feel is in most resonance with my own energy system. But the first ray is the ray of will. It comes in as red, and it's the ray that is, for people, tends to be a ray of leaders, people that are meant to lead people, lead organizations. You see a lot of CEOs and corporate executives that are first ray people. They're doers. They're people that are kind of breaking down. First ray energy also breaks down old barriers to thrust through with new things. So it tends to have that kind of thrusting, driving energy. First ray is also divine will energy. So when
it's will and power.
Yes.
First energy.
Yeah.
First ray energy.
So it's going to have a lot of people have a negative association when they hear power. Especially in my classes, people, they don't want to vibrate with, I get a lot of women too that are triggered when they hear power, but this is, this is the divine, this is the divine will kind of power. It's the power that's in alignment with the highest good of all. So it is the divine
Well,
will with
in that
power.
case, if you've read, I don't know which books of the Alice Bailey works are that you've worked. And for those of you that don't know who Alice Bailey is, Alice Bailey was a woman that wrote a whole series of books about, I think, I don't know, 14 of them, esoteric astrology 1, esoteric healing, esoteric psychology 1 and 2, humanity, what, I can't remember, education in the New Age, several different books. Anyhow, she wrote these books back in the early, late 1800s, and she got the information via telepathy from a ascended master by the name of Djwal Khul, who lived in Tibet, I believe, and he basically imparted all this information to her via telepathy, and she wrote all this information, hundreds and hundreds of miles away, and wrote it all down, and then she passed on, and the Theosophical Society took those books, put them into book form, and have been selling them since. So anyhow, that information is incredibly esoteric. It's like reading the Bible, but even more interesting and more in depth to read. Anyhow. If you know anything, if you've read any of those books, several of those books, in those books, it says that oversensitivity, being oversensitive, is actually an ego trip. So I hear what you're saying about these people talking about power. They get tripped out on power, but again, it's I guess it's all a play on words or whatever. So go ahead, thanks.
It is, yes. So I'm saying that for all of those that do, when they hear the word power, that they feel triggered, because in my experience in teaching this kind of work, there'll be people that even have, when I do an experience of feeling first ray energy, they'll feel agitation. And I said, well, that's because that ray is aligning you with what real divine will is, and what power is. So
exactly.
It's very interesting. I said, you need that. You should be running that ray every day. You should be doing all of them. You should be running all of your rays every day. But that one in particular, if it really triggers you, you should be using that. But
now the thing is that right now Uranus, the planet of freedom and rebellion, is in Aries, which is governed by the first ray energy, and then also the planet Pluto is in Capricorn. And it's been in there since for several years. It's going to be in the middle right now as we speak. Uranus, that's in Aries, is in the middle of its energy, literally. And so if these people are getting agitated, that's probably a good reason. And then the other thing is that Pluto is going to be in the middle of its energy in summer 2016, and that energy, Capricorn, is governed by the energy of first ray energy and also a fifth ray energy of science and technology. So both those energies are flowing through. And if you think people are going to get agitated now, that they may even get more agitated when Pluto is in the middle of its energy in summer 2016. Who knows? But that I just thought I'd tell you that. Go ahead, thanks.
Yeah, it's very cool to see how the energies that are coming in, and then how these rays they come in naturally from the galactic center filtered through the galactic sun, and then our own sun into the Earth. So they're naturally balancing and creating transformation, each one of the rays. So it's very interesting. Then with the first ray, you have Archangel Michael, who is a first ray archangel. Again, if you study different teachings on the rays, they'll some of them might be slightly different, but you'll see a lot of commonalities, a lot of similarities as well. And then Ascended Master El Moira. So.
Really?
Yes. So when we run rays and call in, the red ray to align us with divine will, to align us with this power, and to activate, then we're calling on Archangel Michael and Ascended Master El Moira to fill us with this divine will. In healing sessions as well, I also notice, I'll use red ray energy to bring people into divine will, and it also helps to remove attachments from them, because the attachments and entity energies or anything that they picked up that's not in their highest good isn't in alignment with divine
Deborah?
will. So if I can, yes.
Okay. No, I apologize. You're cutting out, and it might be on my end because the internet service here really sucks, and that's the nice version of it. But it keeps like cutting out everyone. I don't know how often it does, but it's intermittent. But, go ahead. It might just be my internet service on my side, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I think it's actually, yeah, I think it is you. My signal is full. I had them install it perfectly, so it was the strongest right here in this room. So I'm in the sweet spot right here. Yeah, but I was saying that one of the interesting things about that ray, that divine will power ray, is when I'm working with healing clients, or even for myself, I'm feeling disharmony, or my clients are going through something, and I run this ray, I'm noticing that the Archangel Michael divine ray energy, it releases attachments or heavy energy or things that are not in alignment with their highest good. So it has a very kind of thrusting energy, but it also clears and naturally puts them into alignment. So it's very good. So that's the first ray, the general qualities of the first ray. They also have body parts and organs, and if when you get into an extended study of the rays, you can really bring anything into balance with them. So I could talk for years.
Just to let you know that the best way to be in harmony with these rays is to literally to be grateful. That's the best way to be in harmony with this ray, first ray energy, especially with Uranus being in Aries and also Pluto being in Capricorn. Just be grateful for everything in your life around, and everything about your life, everything around it. And I guarantee you that's going to make your life a lot easier. But go ahead. Thanks.
Yeah, well, I love the gratitude doorway for everything.
Exactly. Well, exactly that too.
Yeah, I mean that's the way to live life. And then second ray energy, you talked a little bit about that. I would consider my predominant personality or life path ray is second ray energy, which is love and wisdom. In the system, that I most strongly vibrate with, it's the blue energy coming through. Beautiful, beautiful blue. And the love wisdom ray, people that are strongly associated with this ray are on the path of spiritual teachers. They're bringing spiritual truths. They're disseminating and transmitting spiritual knowledge. They don't have to necessarily always be people that are teaching spirituality. They could be people that are immersing themselves in spirituality. So people that are lifelong students of spiritual truths, people that are deeply into spiritual practices. And it's the love wisdom ray. Of course, the world needs more of this. Before I started studying all of the rays, I thought that I was so many of the other rays versus this one. And my throat clears, which is perfect. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so you have to excuse me. Yeah, but the blue ray can really bring in all of that, the spiritual truth to any situation, putting you back in harmony with receiving, whatever that vibration of perfect love is. And we have Ascended Master Kutumi. Also, Lord Lantos pretty strongly aligned with this ray as well. And then Archangel Jophiel. And then so that's your second ray. And then when we move into the third ray is beautiful yellow like I'm wearing today. and it's the ray of active intelligence. It's also the ray of creativity. So it's the ray on which everything is built and created. Um, you have people that are really strongly associated with this ray are people that are building things. So it could literally be carpenters or people that are architects, people that use their hands to create things, or even artists sometimes will be on this ray. I notice a lot when I'm studying something new or bringing something into being, I'll have a lot of this third ray energy coming in. Active intelligence, it's the ray of creation. So people that are...
Also,
Go ahead.
other people that are on this ray are governed by this ray are a lot of the medical field people
Mhm.
and a lot of teachers, I think,
Mm.
especially colleges and so forth.
Oh, good. And that one of the really interesting things to note about the first three rays, the first, second, and third, is they are the primary rays. In our colors, we have primary colors. They're the first three rays, which all of the created manifest universe was made from. So when we get to the rays after number three, they are all said to be born from the third. The third ray is really a mixture of the first and the second. And when you study esoterically, the first ray vibrates with the masculine principle or God. You see the Trinity that's kind of echoed throughout different spiritual traditions. In India, you have the Trinity. You have the Trinity, of course, in Christianity. You have, the Trinity in many earth-based religions. It's the three. The second ray, of love, wisdom is the feminine ray. In Christianity, it was the sun, so it's Father, Son. And then the third ray is Holy Spirit. And it is spirit or creativity that then made the whole universe manifest. So from these three colors, these three primary colors, which are red, blue, and yellow, then you're able to create all of the rest of the known universe from there. Esoterically, when you study it, it's can be very fascinating and interesting. The Shohan, or the Ascended Master of the Third Ray, is Paul the Venetian. Some other people have other
Really?
masters that they associate with this ray.
I said, oh, really? I don't know. I've never come across the people that direct these rays, but
Oh.
yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Or angels for that
they hold
matter.
offices. So, just like the galactic masters and the light beings that are governing all of the evolution of humanity, these rays are governed by almost, I guess you would akin them to political offices. They overlight the energies of the rays. And
They govern the rays, and I hear you, and you're right. I have heard that. The only one that I take it back. The only one that I really know of is, I'm assuming that you're saying that Saint Germain is governs the seventh ray energy.
Yeah, most people
I'm
are
not sure if
familiar
that's
with
correct.
that. Yeah, the violet ray, the violet flame, and Saint Germain. Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's a main ascended master, and like I said, that office shifts, during, extended time periods. Then sometimes you'll have another ascended master coming in to overlight that ray. And then the archangel for the third ray is Chamuel, or Shamuel. So by invoking if you have a very strong connection with the ascended masters or the archangels, I use them to invoke them to strengthen the connection or to anchor that ray into either a place, myself, however I'm using the ray. So it can be
Exactly.
very good.
In fact, a few weeks ago we had somebody channeled Shamuel.
Yes.
Shamuel. I can't remember
Yes.
what it was. And I had no clue. So he was coming in as the third ray, somebody that governs the third ray energy. I didn't realize that. So
Oh, yeah. And sometimes you'll like I said, you'll see slight differences, but there's a lot of commonalities in, the studies of people that have associated, different archangels, ascended masters, gems, all of that with the rays. So, but it helps to anchor the energy in, is what, for those that I've taught, and then also for myself personally.
Exactly. Exactly.
The fourth ray is my favorite for everyday use. I think the entire world needs the fourth ray. We need all of them. But the fourth ray is harmony through conflict. It's also beauty, and it's beautiful, brilliant emerald green color. So it really brings in that energy of balance and bring harmony through, through conflict. It's an interesting esoteric name, but it's very fitting. I also like beauty because that's really what the ray is about. You see all sorts of people on this ray. You do see people, that are artists that actually bring in beauty. You see a lot of people that are, their life path involves relationships. So counselors, people that are, in the psychologists, people that are helping, other people with their relationships. You also see lots of homemakers, people that are, bringing harmony into, into life, through, creating home, balancing home. And then also you see some people on this ray that are really just here to be beautiful. So, could possibly be dancers, people that are bringing in beauty, or people that themselves are aesthetically, very beautiful. The Ascended Master for the fourth ray is Serapis Bey, or Serapis Bey. And then the Archangel for the ray is Archangel Gabriel. And I really love this ray because it does just what it's intended to do. It will bring really harmony to any kind of chaos and helps shift you right into that beauty perspective. So it can be extremely balancing and healing, and for those that are on this ray as well, it can really set them in their life path of really creating this beauty, and opening their eyes to what their purpose is here on the earth plane. You get into the next ray, which is the fifth ray, and then the fifth ray is brilliant orange as it comes in, and it's the ray of concrete science. It's the science and technology ray. It also has the attributes of healing. So this brilliant orange ray is all of the innovators of this world. People that are aligned with this ray would be scientists, people that are creating things, that are inventing things, people like Albert Einstein, the people that are doing all of the studies on new emerging technologies. You also have a lot of your esoteric healers, because esoteric healing, or even healing, is on this ray because it is a science. It's a concrete science, bringing it through. So it's bringing in all of this science and technology. It's where the esoteric and science start to kind of blend together. So anybody who's an inventor, who has these original ideas, and then those ideas are then going to be brought into form. Now, not necessarily the people on this ray are the ones that are going to bring it into form. Sometimes it's the third ray people, the yellow ray people, the creative people that actually build things. Sometimes they're the ones that bring the ideas from the fifth ray people into form. The Ascended Master that we have for the fifth ray is Ascended Master Hilarion. So he has a lot of innovative energy, and then he also is, a big Ascended Master for healing as well. So can help all those esoteric healers, bringing in, these new advanced, healing techniques, and all of those things. And then the Archangel is Raphael, which of course is strongly associated as well with healing and with this kind of an energy. Then we get to the sixth ray. Sixth ray is indigo, or deep, deep, deep indigo purple. It's the ray of devotion and service, and this is my soul ray. So I know that when I was younger, I would not have, I would not have believed it, because devotion and service brought up all sorts of rebellious ideas within me. What do you mean, devotion and service? But it's the indigo ray, and it is really strongly associated with those people that are really here to serve, those people that are devoted to an ideal or a concept. I see a lot of people that are, devoted to saving or rescuing animals. So if your lifelong passion is to assist and to rescue and to bring awareness, to a cause, to be devoted to an ideal, devoted to a concept, and really your life path involves being, completely immersed in this ideal and concept, and it's through that that you are truly, living. The Ascended Master for the sixth ray is Ascended Master Sananda, which overlit Jesus Christ. So it's the Christ energy on the sixth ray. It also has lots of resurrection attributes to it as well, the sixth ray energy. And
I find that a lot of, again, probably teachers have a lot of sixth ray energy, and the people that have the sixth ray energy the most are the religious people, the reverends, the people that go to church all the time. Those are people that, again, you're right. It's all about devotion, and again, the downside of that is people can be obsessed with doing something or another, whatever. Now, the people that I've also found that really connect with the animal kingdom really well is the seventh ray energy. Believe it or not,
yeah.
but, that's my experience. Go ahead. Thanks.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah, there's always, and the downside. Well, there's always distortion, and there's always can be distortion that comes through with the rays when they're blocked. So distortion of the sixth ray could be fanaticism. You know what I mean? Could be, the distortion of it when it's not coming out in a pure sense, which could be, the fanaticism, or what you're talking, or dogma, which is not, which is not really a pure expression of sixth ray energy. Sixth ray energy is fluid and flexible. It is devotion to an ideal or a cause, but it has the clarity of being, in alignment. And then the archangel for sixth ray is Archangel Uriel. And then we get to the seventh. So, the seventh everybody's pretty familiar with. And as you mentioned earlier, when we first started talking, it is what the planet is in right now. We've been in for a while. We've been seeing it do its magical work. It is very transmuting, but it's also, the ray is ceremonial order. So it's the divine order, and it's also magic and transmutation. So it's very, very powerful. Most people are, familiar with the seventh ray, or the seventh ray when it becomes a flame, the seventh ray flame, which is the transmuting flame, of course, which transmutes, anything that's not in alignment with, the highest good. So
yeah, I had made that connection, but you're right. I hear you there. Absolutely.
Yeah. So the seventh ray, the pure, seventh ray energy, is about, magic and ceremonial order, divine order of the universe. So when you have true seventh ray people as well, these are going to be alchemists, people that are involved, with alchemy, people that are involved with bringing magic through in whatever way. So these people that are literally, practicing forms of daily magic. Also people that are, yogis, tantra people are on this ray. People that are bending the laws of what we know to be true, and, using, what's possible when we bring in, the energy of, the ceremonial order and then divine magic into life. And Saint Germain is the Shohan, or the Ascended Master of this ray. When I associate with Saint Germain, also he also to me is parallel with Merlin, who's also magic. So I also feel him very strongly on the seventh ray as well, and can teach us all how to turn lead into gold in our own life, how to transmute, and how to become the pure aspect of what we are, or what we're meant to be. And then the archangel for this ray is Archangel Zedekiel. So it's just a broad overview. I like to, when I share the rays with people, I like to explain it in terms of what the people look like, so people can associate with it and say, wow, I know some person that's like that, or that's very me, or that feels like me, to give them a little bit of a taste of what that could be for them.
Now, I believe that, and I'm 100% sure, almost, okay, 99.9% sure, Saint Germain was William Shakespeare in another life, and also what's that guy? Some count. I can't remember his name, but I'm not sure if Saint Germain was Merlin at one time. Is there an incarnation of Merlin or not? I think he was, but I can't remember if that was true or not.
They oftentimes they merge in my meditations. So I know that they're both, real strongly aligned with this ray. I work with that energy quite a bit. Saint Germain, I mean, he had so many famous incarnations, or so many incarnations here on the earthly plane. Continuing to assist humanity.
Exactly. I can't.
Yeah. So
I hear you.
being the master of this ray is really, is really a powerful thing. So we didn't really talk about it, but by someone kind of coming into harmony with what their life path ray is, it's really the ray that they're also meant to embody in this lifetime, to master in this lifetime. So once you know that about yourself, and you can start to connect with that ray, and also to balance the other rays, then you're able to really, it kind of awakens your life purpose. Things unfold for you more in a synchronistic manner. Things flow better. You can really manifest what your ideal life was meant to be. Your soul ray as well. Your soul ray doesn't change. It's the ray that in each incarnation you will come in and have perhaps a new primary ray. That's your life path ray. You'll have other rays that come in throughout different parts of your life, or secondary life rays, or other ones that you're working with during certain periods. If you're creating something, you're bringing in new rays, versus a time that you might be grieving a loved one or something like that. So it's really good to know the concepts and to work with the energies of all of them to gain greater self-awareness, and then also for healing.
Now, earlier we were talking about ray structures, which is what Benjamin Krem does. Instead of doing an astrology reading, he reads your rays again on the different levels. The personality, the soul, the emotional vehicle, the mental vehicle, and the physical vehicle. And I think there's only 5 of them. And I don't know anybody that does this at all. I've ran across lots and lots of people. And I don't know anybody that does this. And right now, unfortunately, he's getting really old, up there in years, and so he's not even touring the United States anymore, because he's not able to anymore, I think. But hopefully someone will learn how to do this somewhere down the road and learn and work with this. But right now, I don't know anybody that does.
So we'll give like a I want to do just a short. Just a short opening, so that those that are listening could tune in to perhaps gain insight or an experience of what their main life path ray is. In the workshops that I do, we actually do muscle testing and then dowsing, which tends to be very accurate for finding out what your rays are for your life path
nice.
ray, for your soul ray, Also, I use it, if somebody's, coming to me for healing as well, what rays need to be balanced. I intuitively get that information as I'm working with somebody. But it can be a really accurate way, for those of you that feel drawn to want to dive more into it. If you can douse for yourself, or if you can muscle test for yourself, or have somebody do it for you, test each of the 7 to ask which one, and you'll feel a real strong resonance when you get to the main life path ray, main soul ray.
Got it.
And it definitely helps.
Now,
So,
were you going to do some kind of a meditation or something with us today?
So I'll just do a short exercise. It's very easy. And you can really do this at any time. I do, most days I do a 7-ray alignment. So I'm doing the same thing that we're going to do, but I pull in each of the rays individually, and I activate them within myself and wait for them to balance. So when I go out for the rest of my day, I'm activated and balanced in all of the 7 rays. I actually do extended rays as well.
Nice. So what we'll do is we'll activate the rays for all those people that are here now, and then all those people that are going to be listening to this video further down the road, we'll do it for them too. How's that?
That's right. So you just want to make sure that you're in a very comfortable position. You want to have your spine straight so that the energy can run evenly up and down your spine, and making sure that you can be in a position where you're grounded as well, with your feet flat on the floor. We're going to very simply connect up with the great central sun. So the great central sun that's all the way in the very center of our galaxy. But first we're going to take several very deep cleansing breaths. So visualizing light coming in on your in-breath. So breathing in beautiful light. And then exhaling, seeing a gray mist, releasing away any heavy or dense energies out of your body. And on your next in-breath, noticing any areas of pain or stiffness, I want you to allow that light to dissolve those areas away. And then once again, exhaling, releasing all of this as this gray mist, feeling lighter and brighter. Breathing in more of this beautiful light. Exhaling. And then now noticing any dark areas, pulling all of that light into your feet and your fingertips, really, really lightening, brightening. And just opening up the chakras at the bottoms of your feet. And as you breathe in as well, allowing tree roots to begin to grow from the very bottoms of your feet into the earth. Just like a beautiful oak tree, allowing your breath to begin to ground your energies into the earth, helping you to connect. Feeling yourself becoming strong and stable. And then now dropping a grounding cord from the base of your spine or from your belly. Just doing this with your visualization, or actually feeling this cord dropping down, down, down through the layers of the earth. Down, 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 all the way into the core of Mother Gaia. Feeling this surge of beautiful, grounding, nurturing, supportive energy from Mother Gaia. Just allowing this grounding energy to flow all the way up into your body so you can feel fully connected now. So from this place, we're going to put our awareness in the great central sun now, high, high, high in the heavens, all the way to the very great central sun, the center of our galaxy. Now we're opening fully to receive the light consciousness of Source. Beginning to see the most beautiful streaming light flowing down. perfect source energy, spiraling down, flowing down, 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 and into the very top of your aura, seeing the top of your aura gently opening to this beautiful light of source, God, Goddess, Creator. Feeling this energy now filling, flowing through your chakras, in through your crown chakra, feeling yourself beginning to fill with this light. Through your third eye, into your throat chakra, filling with beautiful light, keeping connected to source, into your heart, more and more light, into your solar plexus, into your sacral, into your root. In the beautiful light, you're becoming brighter and brighter now, connected with this stream of light consciousness, down and out the bottom of your aura. Now seeing this beautiful stream of light consciousness from the divine, all the way down, down, down into Mother Gaia. Now you're this beautiful column of the pure, bright, brilliant light of source. I'm calling on all of the ascended masters and archangels, all of the divine ray energies to be present with us now. We're calling on the assistance of our higher self to be with us, asking to connect with source here. We're asking to source our divine essence and to experience the divine ray, the life path ray of this lifetime, opening up to receive this life path ray flowing in now. So opening fully and just experiencing whatever stream of light consciousness is coming in for you now from the great central sun, from God, Goddess, Creator. You might feel a shift in vibration. You might feel a shift in colors, opening up to this energy, this light consciousness. And I'm asking the ascended masters and the archangels of this ray to strengthen our connection to this divine ray within us, activating this divine ray within our beings and our bodies. Helping us to balance and activate this ray. I'm also asking the archangel and ascended master of this ray to be present with you. Feel their vibration within your aura, within your being. Now allowing you to receive any messages that you might be receiving here for your ray.
That's okay. If we go over time, that's fine. I don't. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
So I'm also asking those of you that can hear to actually hear the name of your ray, or the number or the color. And just any last messages here, and you can continue to allow this to run as long as you wish. And so I'm thanking all of you ascended masters, archangels, and guides for this experience. And those of you listening can stay connected here for as long as you wish.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so easy. People think that it's difficult, but it's so easy. It's always accessible. It's always there.
Yeah, I haven't come across that particular program yet before, so I think
did you like it?
I want to check it out. Yeah, I like it. I want to get some more of it for sure.
Yeah, I think on the Golden Age Hangout event, I have a full-length meditation to find your rays as well that I posted up there for free for everybody. So.
Oh, really? Okay, nice. Okay, good.
Also on YouTube, I think
So,
on YouTube
all right.
we have several Divine Ray meditations.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you already have this meditation out there.
It is, yeah, the full-length version, Define Your Rays. And you can use it also, you can just set your intention, what ray do I need right now to balance this situation? What ray do I need right now to deal with my health issue? What ray do I need right
Got it.
now to deal with the argument with my, so-and-so? So it's an infinite number of possibilities.
What, nice, nice. I haven't come across that one yet.
Yeah.
What ray need to blah blah blah? Okay, got it.
Right.
All right, awesome. Well, I want to thank you very much. And we're going to be back, both you and I, we're going to be doing the Golden Age Psychic Show next, doing readings. And again, for those people that don't know, I'm an internet radio show host. And we do a variety of shows throughout the month. And one of them is a psychic show, the third Friday of every month. And that's usually really popular, and we have a lot of people in there. But being that this is a webinar, it's a little bit different. So we're just going to go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens, and then go from there. So thank you very much, Deborah, for being here and sharing your stuff with us. And thank all of you for being here. Have a God-Goddess weekend. Be the love that you are, always have been, and always will be. Aloha.